Hello everyone! In this video I want to show you a new interesting Skibidi universe and make a detailed analysis of the first episode of this series. Find all the secrets that were hidden here, as well as compare it with the original series from Boom. And then I'll tell you about what can happen in this Skibidi universe, who this mysterious Skibidi toilet is, as well as what we can see in the next episode. So get your tea and snacks ready and prepare to watch this video to the end, because it will be very interesting. Let's go! In the first frames, we are shown a fragment from the second part of episode 73 of the original series, when a fight broke out between the G-Toilet and the Titans of the Alliance. But here you can see the first difference, namely the presence of our favorite characters, Plunger Cameraman, who is also the POV in this episode, by the way, as well as his bro, the Dark Speakerman. And I'm so freaking glad to see them alive, and I'm extremely interested in what role they will play in this new series. And especially intriguing is the sign that can be found in the description to this episode, which says that this episode is the beginning of truth. But we'll talk about it a little bit later. So these two are in some kind of city, and based on the fact that everything is on fire, right now there is a battle going on here between the Skibidi toilets and the Alliance. In this frame, you can see the first Easter egg, namely the inscription next to which there is a huge fingerprint. And if you look closer, then you can see the lambda symbol in it. So I can immediately say that this is a possible reference to the Half-Life series of games. And perhaps in this series, there is also a complex on which some kind of experiments took place that led to this whole Skibidi incident, and lambda is the logo of this complex. Well, actually that's exactly what happened in the game, and maybe we'll see something similar here. But that's just my guess. Finally, the first Skibidi toilet arrives to these guys, but this useless helicopter could not get into the POV with missiles, for which it receives a savory blow in his face with a spiked plunger. And immediately after that, another familiar character, the big TV man who we could remember seeing in the first part of episode 68 of the original, teleports here. And with the help of this guy, we observed everything that happened in the Skibidi laboratory. And in addition to him, some huge stoned Skibidi plane also arrives in here with a huge cargo, which he simply threw from a height to the ground and left. I would not like to use this guy's delivery services, because based on the way he does it, I would receive something like this in the mail. But I digressed here, so let's get back to the episode. So the Plunger Cameraman flies closer to this mysterious package, and the interesting thing is that it actually looks like some kind of cage in which something dangerous can be kept. The door of this thing opens by itself as soon as the POV is nearby, and he does not even have time to touch it. Perhaps this cage was damaged due to such a soft landing and the door simply broke out, or someone remotely opened the door. We will not be able to find it out right now for sure. And finally, we had the opportunity to see who is in this metal box. Surprisingly, there is a Skibidi toilet who is all tied up with chains. His unusual long white hair can be noticed. And you know, of course, I'm not saying for sure, but this Skibidi reminds me suspiciously much of Leo from the Skibidi multiverse from Dom Studio, largely because of his hair, because they are the same. Perhaps in this new series, we will see a mixture of these two universes and what came out of it in the end. And based on the fact that he is so seriously tied up, then this creature must really be extremely dangerous. And at some point, a recording error appears on the screen, which means that a secret agent is trying to contact the POV. And exactly the same thing happened in the fourth part of episode 67 from Boom. And he immediately turns to Plungerman with the words that he should not even think about doing something funny. Otherwise, he will finish him off. And I wonder how he will do this if the cameraman refuses to comply with his request. But anyway, I think Plungerman will listen to him. And also I wonder what he means by doing something funny. Probably something like this. He also asks him to talk to someone. And I think that by this he means this particular toilet locked in a cage and bound with huge chains. Yeah, bro. Considering the way he was isolated, it would be just an amazing idea to free him. And even more so to talk to him, because what could go wrong, right? And finally, the secret agent promises to discuss everything with the POV after he talks to this Skibidi toilet. And I believe that this toilet will most likely be able to speak human language, just as it was in the same universe from Dom Studio. Otherwise, I can't imagine how they will understand each other. Well, since this is the first series in which everything started quite mysteriously and without any special details, it's pretty hard to say for sure what's going on in here, as well as what we can see in the future. But it's known for sure that the events here went wrong as in the original series, at least from the third part of episode 70, because in this universe, these two guys survived in here and are in perfect health condition. However, based on what Plungerman saw on his tablet, namely the G-toilet who uttered the phrase "for scientist," meant that the scientist is definitely finished here. It is likely that some kind of sequence of events happened that allowed them to survive against this monster. Perhaps it was the help that came much faster, as was in the original series, which is why they were able to defeat this Skibidi before he destroyed these two. Or maybe they just fought better, as a result of which they were able to survive this fatal battle. Otherwise, all the main events should have taken place unchanged until the current moment, at which the secret agent decided to tell that he would discuss something in the future. And again, based on what is written in the description for this episode, something mind-blowing should be waiting for us in the future. And it is possible that Skibidi toilets are not all unambiguously bad. Yes, as it also was in the same Skibidi toilet multiverse. However, I am not sure that everything will be so simple. And that was all for today. And well, what do you guys think about this brand new series? Write your opinion in the comments below, as I will be happy to read them. And be sure that you are subscribed to my channel. And it was me, Chad. See ya.